Good morning, millionaire, and welcome to the Julie Show. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, BC, Canada, from my home. And I have a special guest this morning just to say hello before he goes out the door. We are having a hangout tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pacific. It's Thursday, and it will be recorded. So if you have any questions regarding the boot camp, the summer boot camp that we're doing online and in person, and it's regarding increasing the worth of your signature and how we're going to do that and build a profitable business with you in 90 days. And especially if you're wanting to have a strategy, an exit strategy for quitting your job, and you want to learn how to, maybe don't want to quit your job, maybe you just want to add an additional income stream. We're going to tell you the details on that tonight. And it's government regulated, provincially licensed. So we want to share with you details like pricing, your commitment, your necessary skills if you need any, or what kind of time commitment it takes, right? Any of the questions that make you go, I don't even want to listen to that, it's probably expensive, which it's not. We're going to show you what kind of uncapped income you can create and all the goodies going on there. So join us for that tonight. And here's Mike. He's been in accounting for over 25 years.
Hi, everyone.
And he's a tax strategist as well. He's been working with entrepreneurs and business owners especially, as well as individuals and couples in the household families in how to manage their finances, as well as how to manage their taxes and actually how to save on taxes. So we're doing this summer, our Blue Lion summer boot camp, which is going to take place online. It's going to take place perhaps in person, depending on your location. Just that we're going to assist you in transforming your financial life.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything to say?
No, I'm looking forward to meeting and talking to everyone tonight at 7:30, and yeah, we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right, so have a wonderful day, everyone, and I've got to run, but yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you tonight.
Okay, I'll see you tonight. Okay, so how exciting is that, right? Like, what are we talking about? Some of you have an idea of what we're talking about, but it's definitely going to strengthen financial intelligence within you and within those around you, and open up your circumstances financially. And overall, that can open up a lot of happiness and reignite a lot of dreams, and the expensive dreams that you have, and even the inexpensive ones, just because you're going to feel more like your basics are actually being covered, and you have more breathing room in being able to transform your life. And even if you're not interested in taking a course in becoming a good money doctor or an assistant, you know, even if you're not interested in starting your own business, but you'd like to benefit from our complimentary services, then feel free to send me an email at successquoteme@gmail.com and just ask for your free financial analysis, and we can meet up with you online or in person to give you an introduction to what the services actually are, and they're not at any cost to you or obligation. And so let us begin with our healing tip. A lot of people, probably majority of people, experience stiffness in their lives, and the older we get, the more we realize, holy crap, I feel stiff. Or depending on how physically active you are. But sometimes you're going to feel stiff, or how much you're working in a chair, even sitting like a statue, and you forget to stretch and all those things. So I got a lot of tips over the 25 years of practicing healing massage and on my own self-care, as well as those who I've been caring for. And even in public, I get asked about it. It comes up so easily because people say, oh, I feel so stiff or whatever. I'm like, hey, you got to be drinking really good water. Now, BC has great water. Often the tap water, though, goes through a chemical process anyways. Even though it's coming off the mountain, they have to clean it out, make sure there's no buggies in there. And we get a little bit of residual from that, and the water ends up being acidic, and it also ends up having metals in it from pipes, or ends up having chlorine residuals in it. And people, look it up. Honestly, you cannot burn off chlorine out of your water. When you boil your water, some people are like have this myth in their head that it's boiling off the chlorine. In fact, it just changes chlorine from the liquid into a solid, and it makes these little particles. You know, the buildup on your inside of a kettle, for instance, that comes from chlorine, and that's still in the water. It doesn't evaporate, or if it sits out, yeah, maybe the smell evaporates, the fumes, but there's still chlorine in there. And if you test it with a chlorine tester, you'll see the water actually turns yellow. Now, if you put it through a filter, a really, really good filter, the water, in fact, will look clear even when you put the chlorine dropper to test for any chlorine. It doesn't show up, only reacts with chlorine. So many people, they can't afford a machine. The ionizer is ultimate. To get a really good ionizer, I recommend, because it not only cleans with the charcoal filter, cleans your water of all the chlorine, and that's a whole story in and of itself, but it also ionizes the water and brings it past a pH level of 9 into a 9.5 and higher, perhaps, and adds the hydrogen. But the closest thing you can get for very inexpensive and really worth it is this one. It looks like a Brita, but it don't act like a Brita. It's Santevia, okay? And Santevia, Santevia. These are about $40. Sometimes they're on sale, and you can get them at London Drugs. Actually, you can order them online. I do have a page on my website on sparklebomb.com that regarding alkaline water, and these will clean out the chlorine, clean out the metals, and you want those out of your water because chlorine actually irritates inflammation. Chlorine actually blocks you from absorbing any good nutrients that's in the water, and it actually blocks you from really absorbing the water and your cells really absorbing. The cells actually squish inward, and if you drink it without chlorine, without metals, you're able to absorb without any toxins, and it actually hydrates your body deeper. And these are really inexpensive. The charcoal filter in it is way stronger than your average pitcher for filters, and no chlorine comes out, and it actually gets it up to a 9, a pH 9, which is really close to the 9.5. And pH 9 will really hydrate your body and get those minerals in there like calcium. Calcium is really helpful, especially if you're experiencing muscle issues, nerve issues, bone issues, tension issues. And you want to be drinking at least 2 glasses every couple hours, like 2 full glasses of really good water. So that's our healing tip of the day. That it doesn't have to be complicated, but it has to be happening. We need to be hydrating. And then moving into our cash choice comparisons, you know, you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I don't want to make coffee, or oh, I'm kind of out of coffee, or I'm not sure what kind of tea we have, but coffee's often the go-to for many people still, and even their hot drink in the morning, right? Not everybody does that, but cash compare this. Okay, so let's say you want to go out, go get your coffee. Now, a straight coffee, people that don't do the latte thing, that's about $2 at your good old familiar, right? One of my favorites, Starbucks. And if you are a latte girl or guy just like me, or maybe even just other expensive drinks like that you don't want to make at home, it's not as convenient for you, those crazy macchiato sugar highs. I don't know how you do it, but anyways, those ones are going to be at least $4, if not $6. Can you believe it? So if I were to go out with my honey, which we almost did this morning, which is fun to go out and sit in the cafe and all that, but let's remind ourselves, do we have to go out every time? Is it the go-to to go out and get the coffee? Actually, when I go and I stay at home, I can choose the right milk because I'm really into almond milk, and they don't have that there in Starbucks yet. I don't know why. Anyways, think of you purchasing and having coffee on hand and using your filtered water for your coffee, because it will be much smoother. Not that it will actually make your coffee alkaline, because coffee is pretty not alkaline. Then I added in my wheatgrass, made my wheatgrass coffee. Anyways, so think of that. It's going to cost at least $7 if I went with my honey to go get our coffees, my specialty coffee and his straight old-fashioned coffee. And then we'd probably add in a pastry for him. So that's going to be like $9, $10, right? Easily. You just think nothing of it because you're already going there and you're just going to be like, whatever, $10. Well, $10, you can most likely buy a big vat of coffee at, say, No Frills, like a President's Choice. They have some really good ones. Or even if you went and spent a little more, like $5 more, and you went and bought like a Starbucks bag, at least $5. I know that it can be up to $20 for a Starbucks bag, or any other brand that you like. How much is that going to add up to? So maybe a few bucks more, or maybe about the same. And think of how many coffees can you get out of that bag of coffee, and start making it real nice for your honey, or, it can be an actually enjoyable experience to just stay home as well. So have those options and realize, wow, wait a minute, I could save a whole lot of money if I just bought my own coffees or hot drinks or whatever I want to do, and stayed at home and made it more of a I'm going to get ready and relax, not rush out the door and whatever, like, it's nice to have that on hand. And there's a cash comparison, right? So at least if I went just to get my $5 cup of whatever, or if you're going to go get your $2 cup of coffee, and just think of that, it adds up to about $20 at the most to serve yourself, I don't know, 40 coffees at home, like a lot of coffee. But one trip practically buys your whole vat of coffee, right? One trip to the actual coffee shop can add up fast, especially if you're doing that every day. Now, here's another option. You think of that and don't think too hard about it. Just put it in your concept of, like, let's prepare to have it at home as well. You'd save some money, right? What if you totally give up coffee for a month? Say, you know what? I'm just going to drink some good water. Maybe throw those tea bags in there that I have sitting in the cupboard, because we all have tea bags in the cupboard, right? That we're not using. But just make like a hot drink at home, and just be like, I'm going to save. I'm not going to buy the coffee at the coffee shop, which is going to add up fast, all that extra money. Within a few days, you'll have a concert ticket for $20. Go to some live music and have a great day. Have a great night. So here we are, just thinking about cash comparisons and cash choices, and don't think too hard about it. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to shift this up. I'm going to give myself some variety, and I'm actually going to save some money, spread my money to do things a little faster. So if you say, I don't have the money to go to that concert, well, think again. Did you spend it on coffee? Perhaps. I don't even want to get into people who are smoking cigarettes and what they could do with their money, right? We could get into that another day. But let's move along. Those were some long-ass tips this morning. And I know I had some trouble getting started this morning with the Google Hangout, so I was a little bit late. I don't know, I was getting confused. Technological issues. Sometimes you think you've got it right, and then you're like, crap, I did this wrong. I did it a different way. I thought I was saving some time. Just relax. It happens to everyone. Technological issues happens to the best of us. Okay, so here we are, and our topic today is, how do you want to feel? So don't stress out, right? Who wants to feel stressed out? Do you honestly want to feel stressed out? Sometimes it's kind of fun to be like anticipating and like, yeah, put all that pressure on you to get something done. Well, how do you really want to feel? How do you want your success to feel? How do you want your business idea launching? How do you want to be feeling? How do you want to feel when you dress up and go out? How do you want to feel? Do you want to engage in a positive frequency or a negative frequency? So here's an example. I'll walk you through this. This is something Mike and I do is dream workshops. And we've been doing that at community centers and tapping into people's mindset around money and their dreams and rediscovering what are their dreams, right? And one of the things I guide them to do is to take a look at, even with my clients, I've walked them through this, or my business partners, take a look at, okay, what's my current income? And let's walk into this right now. Let's do a little bit of dream mapping. What is my actual current income that I'm taking home that's covering my living expenses, that's giving me, hopefully it's covering your living expenses. Put down, what is that amount? What's the amount that cover your living expenses? Right now, approximately. And what is that satisfactory amount? Might be covering your living expenses and then, treating yourself to something. But at least let's think of what's the amount you're taking in right now. Are you dependent on someone? Are you on low income assistance? Are you middle class? Where are you at, right? What's the amount you're taking in minus all the taxes? What's the amount you're taking in on a monthly basis? What's the amount do you need to take in on a monthly basis to cover your living expenses? Living expenses isn't going to the coffee shop every day. Living expenses is your basic survival, right? What's that amount? Okay. Now, take that amount and double it. Say your income is $4,000 a month, and double it, $8,000 a month. Okay, that's your profit income. Cover your expenses for your business, cover your expenses for you, your lifestyle. Now, if your business is really big, that's going to be in its own category, okay, because it's generating its own income. So if you're making more than $4,000 a month from your business, that's going to make sense. If you double the income, it's going to cover that business. But we're talking household income, providing for your home and your family. So double that. So if it was 4,000, then it's 8,000. Double that, okay? Take your number, write it down. That's your magic monthly money number, okay? Because you've covered your living expenses, you've created stretching room to not only tap into your financial freedom, but also tap into some long-term savings, tap into be able to put money towards education, or perhaps investing in your business, investing in yourself, your skills, perhaps being able to give, celebrate life, put money into your home, whatever it is, your wardrobe. You have stretching room to really live your desirable lifestyle. You're starting where you're starting, okay? What would that feel like if you had that kind of financial stretching room, doubled your monthly income? Take a deep breath and ask yourself, how do you want to feel? How do you feel if that were the case, to double your income now? Choose a one word. How's that feel? I feel like a superhero. I feel like a superhero. I want to feel like a superhero, that I can take care of myself. I can give to my kids. I can give to my husband. I can free my husband financially. I can participate in the community and give to the community. Participate. I can travel. I can make my home look gorgeous. I create celebrations. I can invest in my business so that my clients receive like something extraordinary. I can reshape physical. I can take care of my body. I feel like a superhero with no financial cap, that money growing. I want to feel like a superhero. What's your word? So hopefully I'm being your online superhero today and tapping into what's going to encourage that millionaire in you to not just tap into financial breakthroughs, but tap into your emotional, mental, spiritual fullness, your full expression into the physical. So let's dig into our reading. So consider that. How do you want to feel, right? And we're reading from Fire Starter Sessions. Ooh, the fire is going. I know it's a weird weather right now in Vancouver. I don't know what it's like over where you are, but it's muggy, but then it's like cold and dark and no sun, and yet there's light, but the clouds are covering. You can't even see the mountains again. It's like really, really foggy. Strange weather. So my cardigan, we're by the fire, and it's the end of May. At any rate, we're going to start the fire in your soul. Ready? Longing, wishing, crave, aspire. Wanting, choosing, more, desire. The strategy of desire. The longing for happiness and freedom from suffering expresses the great natural potential of the mind. Zigor Kongtrul Rinpoche, Tibetan Buddhist Lama. This could be the single most important takeaway from this book, and here it is. And this is what I love. I love this book. This book is, how do you want to feel? How do you want to feel when you look at your schedule for the week? When you get dressed in the morning? When you walk through the door of your studio or your office? When you pick up the phone? When you cash the check? Accept the award? Finish your masterpiece? Make the sale? Or fall in love? How do you want to feel? Knowing how you actually want to feel is the most potent form of clarity that you can have. Generating those feelings is the most creative thing you can do with your life. You've got a to-do list, right? Quarterly objectives. Raise your hand if you set yearly goals. 5-year goals. Now, who has a list of how they want to feel in their life? Whenever I ask this question to audiences, only a few hands sprout up from the crowd. A few more if we're on the West Coast. We have the procedures of achievement upside down. We set our sights on the babe, the boat, the bucks. We get them sometimes. They make us happy sometimes. We set a goal, we reach it, we feel great. Unless, of course, we feel empty or flustered or anxious that what we're doing isn't working to fill the hole in our soul. Let me say it another way. Typically, we come up with our to-do lists, our bucket lists, and our strategic plans. All the stuff we want to have, get, and experience outside of ourselves. All of those aspirations are being driven by an innate desire to feel a certain way. What if first we got clear on how we actually wanted to feel within ourselves, and then we designed our to-do lists? Maybe what you want to feel is energized or joyful. For years, you've been thinking you want a 3,000 square foot house in the city and to be promoted to VP. You should want a bigger house and a bigger job, right? Bigger is growth, right? But maybe those things aren't energizing or joy-inducing at all. You could be mortgage poor and working 60 hours a week. Yeah. Perhaps energizing and joyful would come from a styling little condo, and you could use your extra money to see one European city a year and help put your nephew through school. And maybe you don't need the ego-stroking title or the extra few grand a year from being promoted. Perhaps staying where you are with work and taking a new course outside of the job or doing a work exchange would be infinitely more energizing and joyful. And not everyone needs to feel all wild and wind in her hair. Stable, comfortable, safe, financially secure. This same theory applies as much to grounded sensibilities as it does to the audacious. Your core desired feelings don't have to be radical. You just have to know what they are so you can go about making them a reality. When you're clear on how you want to feel, your decision making gets to the heart of the matter. Sometimes when you reach a milestone, you discover that achievement is not always what it appeared to be from afar. We need to scrutinize those logical next steps, like living together and getting married, because it's the obvious thing to do. Or working your way up the ladder or accumulating more stuff. How do you know that you're working toward a goal that will be truly satisfying when you achieve it? You can't. It's impossible to predict, but it is possible to stack the odds of fulfillment in your favor because it's not really about the babe, the boat, or the bucks. It's about the feeling that you're going after. First, get clear on how you want to feel. Then do stuff that makes you feel that way. Without exception, everything on our to-do to get to experience lists originates in the feelings we desire. You eat what you eat, make what you make, hang with the people you hang with, say what you say because you believe that those actions are going to create a favorable reaction inside of you. We do stuff to feel good. Even when we do stuff that's bad for us, eating glazed donuts when we're on a diet, overspending when we're on a budget, we're still feeding that part of our psyche that says, right now, doing X will make me feel Y, and Y will make me feel good, better, relieved, safe, and alive. The donut feels good going down. The mistakes seem like the best decisions at the time. Feelings are magnetic. You can call it the power of positive thinking, a self-fulfilling prophecy, or the law of attraction. Attitude is driven by emotion. And emotions are beacons. Gratitude creates more reasons to be grateful. Generosity creates a generous response. Power evokes strength. What we focus on expands. So, choosing to focus on the feelings that you want to feel is a sure way to create the experience that you want to experience. Oof, yeah. Oh, so refreshing. Love the concept. Because so often we feel, so often we feel. So going back to what I was saying about tapping into what's your magic monthly money number, right? What was that amount and how it feels, right? So close your eyes again and be like, okay, take out all the mandatories and just imagine your life, your desirable lifestyle, living that sensation of having that type of financial stretching room. And then take a look at your life right now and ask yourself, what is the feeling that you're craving? What is it that you're craving the most right now? What is like making you feel like, it's gonna be hard work to get to that amount? Or what is it that you're craving right now? Hmm. So pick one word that represents. What is it that will connect you to that top number? What is it you're craving right now? Jot that down. How do you want to feel right now? What is it you're craving? And that right there is going to crack the code on how to get up to that level of finances. Whatever that word is and where you're starting at the income level you're at, jot that down. So you want to get up. You want to feel. How do you want to feel at the top? How do you want to feel at the top of your game? How do you want to feel? What are you craving right now? So what you're craving right now, that word, and to me it's like craving my superpowers. So to me that's like really, really feeling ready, physically ready. Nothing holding me back physically. More superpowers beyond the average amount of energy available. I want full-on energy available. I'm craving that. That's going to lift me up. That's going to lift me up to my superhero status from within. And that financially is measured like that, where I'm at currently, and doubling that to the superhero finance. And feeling. So the feeling is connected to where your finances are at. Isn't that interesting? So given that, conjure up. What is it you're craving? I'm craving this feeling. And that feeling leads you to the super feeling. It rises you and connects you forward and breaks through your ceiling, wherever your ceiling is. And it connects to how you're holding back in your life. So if you can break through, and you can, you'll hit that next level of existence. So currently, feel that ultimate feeling you want to feel. And draw on what you're craving. Make it yours. Superpowers are mine. Here it comes. Yeah, so go for it. How do you want to feel? Wow. So subscribe to this channel if you want to keep tapping in and into that millionaire that lives inside of you and feel encouragement. And especially if you want to join in, share who you are, where you're from, and share your reflection on the reading of the day. It'd be really fun to be engaging online. And at any rate, subscribe, comment below if you saw the recording, comment and share how the reading today, that concept of how do you want to feel when you're achieving what you want to achieve? How do you just want to feel? Tap into it. Feel free to share that in the comments below. And tonight we have a special hangout that I'm going to record because this summer boot camp is coming up. With my husband and I are putting on a summer boot camp. It's Blue Lion Summer Boot Camp. And it's all about increasing the dollars and cents worth of your signature immensely. Boot camp to billions, because it's an uncapped income, adding income streams into your life. And it's specifically through a provincially licensed license and government regulated business, that you will have your own business. And we're going to explain some of the details tonight. So if you're looking for an added income, or if you're looking for a way to exit a day job that's not satisfying to you, within 6 months' time, we welcome you to take a look at what we're offering and what kind of assistance we're offering. So check it out tonight, or you will see the recording. It's called Blue Lion Summer Boot Camp to Billions. Yay! Okay, guys, have a great day and go millionize your day.